Nashanta Robinson.
Good afternoon, jurors. Miss Corinne Kumar, who changed my life within 5 minutes of meeting her. I thank you for your vision with this. I'm standing up here now. I feel really blessed to even be at this podium. I don't even know what to say. It's like you have it all prepared until you get up here, and it's like, is my story really that important? So, I just really like to say thank you in front of everybody here, ma'am, for your vision and your 20 years of doing this for us. Sometimes people get the wrong impression about me, right? I'm shiny, I'm Nashanta, in some circles, because I'm an entertainer, I'm also Sarah Connor, right? That's kind of flashy, but what does all that really mean? 2013, when if they shut off my food stamps in November, my 3 children and I are in trouble. And so I didn't mean to come up here so emotional. I don't know what's happening. It's just, I listened to Muhammad's story, and I know Muhammad, we work together. And there are some people that I don't know, but I talk to Andre on the phone, and you never get a sense of who people are. Just by talking or just by meeting on the street, you get to know them when they open up to you and share their testimony. I am a single mother with 3 children. I struggle every day because the only thing I knew how to do was work in corporate America for a salary that was never really gonna do it. I was taught to be ashamed of needing help as far as public assistance. And so when I had to go and beg for food stamps, cash assistance, unemployment, whatever was the issue at that point in time in my life, I hid and secretly cried in closets about my situation. And so, looking at me, you can tell that I'm African American. That's pretty much clear. I think we covered that, right? Check, yes. My life started off, I was educated in a private school. And I grew up and I spoke differently. I was born and raised in Philly. And I know you guys are gonna shoot me, but in West Philadelphia, born and raised, that was me. But I was a military brat, and so we moved around a lot. And so when my parents got divorced and I had to come back to Philly, I spoke a little different. And I don't know if you guys really know what that means, but it was a target on my forehead that meant beat her up every day until she starts talking ghetto. And so this is my life. Me as an African American woman who, corporate America, you gotta get that salary, pay that bills. If you're making less than $30,000 per year, you're nothing. This is what I was taught by my family. And less than 30, that's really too low, but that was my benchmark. If I can get to 30, I'm good. But deciding to change my life, and forget the money, forget all that, because money will come. There's always people out there that are willing to give you money, but who's really willing to give you that spiritual grounding? And who's really willing to give you the benefit of them understanding who you are and where you came from? That's what I'm about today. My life is it's not hard. But it's not easy. Because I'm constantly trying to figure out, what am I gonna give my money to? I heard you say, ma'am, I forget your name, I'm sorry, but I heard you say that my money is constantly for competing uses. What am I gonna do? Am I gonna feed my kids today? Am I gonna make sure we have running water today that's hot for them to take a bath? Because if kids take a bath in cold water, they get sick. I know about that. I had oil heat. And it's not easy. If you don't get on some kind of cap rate or whatever, it's a nightmare. And I stand before you here today to not get emotional in front of all of you, not to do that, but to tell you that it's a struggle, and we need to listen to each other. Because if we don't listen to each other, then who's gonna listen to us? If we don't care about each other and give out hugs when we're finished testifying, who's gonna do that for us if we're not doing it for each other first? When the food stamp machine stops working, who's gonna go and give a cup of sugar if you need it? I changed everything that I was gonna say around today because I need to make sure that we in this room have buy-in, collective buy-in about the situation that we're in today and the future, and to make sure that we understand that we need to be there for each other. I heard my sister say, everybody's my sister, black, white, green. I love them black, white, Puerto Rican, and Haitian. I'm music, like everything is always like a song in the back of my head. But that's true. That's true. And if we don't take care of each other, nobody else is gonna take care of us. Nobody's gonna do it for us. If we don't pray for each other, Reverend Adon, nobody else is gonna pray for us. If we don't march for each other, nobody else is gonna march for us. We have to do this. It's up to us. And I refuse to not hear God say to me that I wasted my talents and that I didn't do everything that I could do to make sure that my kids are set up for the next 3 generations, because they're killing us. They're killing us. And if we don't do something now and have that buy-in and that strength, we have no future. I have a 6-year-old. My son just turned 8 yesterday, Nathan. You'll meet him if you haven't. And I have an 11-year-old. And I'm trying to set up their future for 3 generations. That's what I consider wealth. When you've been a survivor of economic injustices, you measure your success differently. Success isn't, the vacation in England that I may never see. It's making sure my kids take a warm bath. It's making sure when I go in the house that when I flick on the light switch, boop, we can see, so my kids aren't doing homework in the dark. That's how I measure my success, by making sure that my kids get 3 square meals. And I don't even want to put you on the spot, but I'm sure there are people in this room today, in this court today, that didn't have 3 square meals. I ask you, audience, jurors, what kind of world do you see for our future? What kind of future do you see for my 6-year-old, my 8-year-old, my 11-year-old? And I thank God for you, Sherry. I don't want to put anybody on the spot, but Sherry took me when I was just I'm still a beginner at this. I'm still new. I'm 4 years into activism as opposed to lifetimes. But Sherry came and took me like, come here, you. And she transformed me into someone who was not afraid to say how my life was not as picture perfect or as pretty as you would think that it is, but to also help me to see the solution and actively pursue it. And that's what I'm about. I'm about actively pursuing the type of future that I want to see for my children, for your children, for Guillermo, for Tara's kids. So I changed around my whole message. I was gonna come up here and talk about, hi, my name is Nashanta. I'm a single mother with 3 kids and I'm on food stamps. But that's not it. This is me. This is me. I've decided today, last year, that I was going to be the change that I wanted to see in the world.